When your home is hit by a disaster, a fire, a flood, some kind of major leak, it is one of the most stressful things you can go through. But hey, that's why you have insurance, right? You've paid your premiums year after year thinking that when you really need them, they'll be there. You think you're in good hands. But what if the company you pay to protect your biggest asset has a totally different game plan? Let's get into what's really going on here.
Just imagine walking into your home and seeing this. It's damaged, it's contaminated, the place you're supposed to feel safest is suddenly not. So your first call is to the insurance company. You're expecting help, right? A clear path to getting things fixed? But for so many homeowners, this is the exact moment the real disaster actually starts. The fight to get what you're owed. It's just beginning.
To really get what's happening, you have to understand their playbook. See, at the end of the day, an insurance company is a business, and its main goal is pretty simple. Take in more money in premiums than it pays out in claims. That means their financial goal is the exact opposite of yours. You want your home put back together no matter the cost. They want to pay out as little as humanly possible.
Now, I know this is going to sound a little shocking, but it's a reality for a lot of people. We always hear about insurance fraud as something people commit against the company. But the truth is, sometimes that script gets flipped. The company you've been faithfully paying could be the one acting in bad faith. So how do they do it? Well, it often boils down to this brutally effective little strategy: delay, deny, and defend. The whole point is to just wear you down, to make the process so frustrating, so confusing, and so long that you eventually just give up. Or worse, you accept pennies on the dollar for what your claim is actually worth.
And they've got all sorts of tactics to make this happen. They'll drag their feet on processing the claim, hoping you'll get desperate. They might even try to tell you your policy doesn't cover something that it totally does. They'll drown you in paperwork, asking for the same thing 3 different times. And then, right when you're at your breaking point, that's when they slide that lowball offer across the table, trying to back you into a corner.
Let me tell you a quick, true story that shows just how damaging this can be. A kitchen fire happens. Claim gets filed right away. A week later, the insurer comes in with a take-it-or-leave-it lowball offer. The homeowner says no, and the fight is on. So, 7 months go by, and that acidic soot from the fire, it's been sitting there, eating away at everything, causing permanent damage. A job that should have been a simple cleanup now needs a total replacement. The repair cost has literally tripled, all because the insurance company played the delay game.
All right, so let's talk about how you can fight back, because knowledge really is power here. The insurance carriers love to use specific bits of misinformation to control you and your claim, so we're going to expose 2 of the biggest lies they tell, and the one truth that puts you right back in the driver's seat.
Okay, lie number 1. This is a biggie. The adjuster shows up and says something like, "Don't worry, we've got a list of preferred contractors you have to use." Let me be clear, that is almost never true. Their contractor, they have a deal with the insurance company, usually giving them a discount to get a steady stream of jobs. So who do they really work for? Now, a contractor that you hire works for one person and one person only, you. Their job is to do it right, not just do it cheap.
I mean, just think about it. If a contractor gets, say, 60 or 70% of their entire business from one insurance company, are they really going to bite the hand that feeds them? If they find more damage that the adjuster missed, are they going to push back hard and risk losing all those future jobs? Probably not. It's a huge, huge conflict of interest. And that brings us to lie number 2, which usually sounds something like, "This is the most we can pay." The adjuster might even write you a check right there on the spot. It feels like a win, but hold on. That first offer is often just a fraction, maybe 40%, of the real cost of the damage. They're basically just testing you. They're hoping you'll grab the fast cash and not realize your policy says they have to return your home to its pre-loss condition. And here's the really dirty little secret behind why they do this. A lot of insurance adjusters have their job performance, and sometimes even their bonuses, tied directly to how much money they save the company. So, the bigger the gap between what your claim is worth and what they actually pay you, the better they look. They literally have a financial incentive to shortchange you.
Okay, I know. It can feel like the whole system is stacked against you. But you can start to level the playing field just by understanding who all the players are. When you file a claim, you're going to run into a few different kinds of adjusters. Let's break down who's who.
So first, you've got your company adjuster. They're an employee of your insurance company. Simple enough. Then you might meet an independent adjuster. Now, independent sounds good, but they're still contractors hired and paid by insurance companies. Are you noticing a pattern here? Both of them are paid by the insurance company. But then there's the public adjuster. They are the only kind of adjuster that works for you, the policyholder. They're on your team.
So, knowing all this, how do you actually take control of your own claim? You do not have to be a victim in the story. There are real, concrete things you can do to protect yourself and your home. Think of this as your personal toolkit for becoming an empowered policyholder.
The second something happens, here's your 4-step action plan. 1. Mitigate damage. That's a fancy way of saying stop the bleeding. Tarp the roof, call a water removal service. Your policy requires it, so don't wait for permission. 2. Document everything. Photos, videos before anyone touches a thing. 3. Hire your own contractor, someone you trust. And 4. Keep every single receipt for everything, from hotels to meals to temporary repairs.
And here's another crucial piece of information. When an insurance company uses these tactics, delaying or denying your claim without a good reason, it's not just them being difficult. It actually has a legal name. It's called bad faith, and in many places, it's straight up illegal. This gives you some serious leverage.
So, you need to remember this. You have rights. You have the right to hire any contractor you want. You have the right to a full and proper investigation. You absolutely have the right to reject a lowball offer. You have the right to hire a public adjuster to fight for you. And if all else fails, you have the right to file a complaint with your state's Department of Insurance. You are not powerless here.
In the end, it all really comes down to one question. When a disaster hits, you're vulnerable, you're stressed. The insurance company knows that, and they might even use it against you. Understanding their playbook and knowing your rights, that's the most important first step you can take. Your biggest investment is on the line. Who are you going to trust to protect it?